Hey everyone, it's Diana again, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about our background story. And I went into a little bit of this yesterday, or the other day rather, when I did the video with my husband. By the way, my husband, in case you were wondering if you saw the first video, he is as excited as he can possibly be. That video was shot after he had come home from a 12-hour shift and he was pretty tired. So the fact he was even in the video, shows his bit of support there. But anyways, so I just wanted to tell you about how we got from, I guess, the beginning to where we are now. So we've been together for almost 12 years, since April 2005, and we got married in November 2012. He does have a daughter, and that's my stepdaughter, who has actually fallen pregnant this year at 18, and it's needless to say, it's been a bit of a rough year. So we originally started trying in April 2014, I guess. And at the time that we had started trying, it was not 100% confirmed, but it was pretty certain that I had endometriosis. So obviously when we started trying, I had to go off of the birth control pills, which is the only thing that really helps somebody who's going through endometriosis, because it is a disease that there is no cure for. So I was seeing my gynecologist at that time and telling her what I was going to do, and she said, well, if you've been trying for 6 months and nothing happens, come see me, we'll talk about your options. So 6 months came and went and nothing was happening. So it was actually this day 2 years ago that I decided that I was going to go for the surgery for endometriosis, which is a laparoscopy, or leproscopy, or however you want to pronounce it, and that's actually how they diagnose the disease as well. But then they can go in and they can diagnose it, cauterize, excise, so basically burn and cut out any of the scar tissue. You'll see here on my stomach, I don't know if you can see that, but I have 3 scars in total from that. One's a little further down, one in my belly button. Anyways, that was really hard for me because I am really scared of surgeries and needles and getting blood taken and all of that stuff. So that was a tough decision for me to make. But I kind of felt like I needed some sort of relief, and I kind of thought, well, if this is what's preventing us from having a child, then, it'll be worth it at the end of the day. So I went for my laparoscopy in February of 2015, and it was terrible because I'm such a wuss with those kinds of things. I did not have a very good time going through that. I can remember when we drove back from the where I had the surgery done, which was about a 5-hour drive from where we live. I had to go to the bathroom and I literally pissed myself because I couldn't move. And anyways, it was a terrible experience, not one that I like to recall too fondly. So then my gynecologist said again, well, if 6 months goes by and nothing's happened, then come back and see me, we'll talk about your options. So another 6 months went by, and at this point we are over a year into trying to conceive. We didn't wait too long before we I guess investigated what our options were because of my endometriosis. So I knew, like, I didn't want to, I didn't want to have that go too long, I guess. So February 2015, and then 6 months later takes us to the summer, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, yeah. So I had made an appointment a couple months in advance to get in to see her in August, and basically all she said was, okay, well, start using an ovulation test kit. And it was like, really? And then it was like, okay, well, if that does, track it for the next 3 months. And, if you're having timed intercourse and still nothing happens, then come back and see me. Well, every time we have to go back and see her, it's a 5-hour drive each way. So that was a little bit frustrating. So that takes us up to September, October, November. And at that point, we had tried the ovulation test kit. We had done the timed intercourse. We had done, every day that you are trying to conceive, or every month that you're trying to conceive that you don't, feels like a lifetime. So this brings us up to last November 2015, and it was on Remembrance Day that I actually called a clinic, an actual fertility clinic, and was asking them questions. I wanted to pursue what other options we had, beyond what my gynecologist could provide. So she had said on the phone that we needed to get a referral. So I got the referral, and 2 weeks later, the referral was sent in, and they sent us for our blood work where we live. So I had to overcome my fear of getting my blood taken, which was a trying experience for me. I am a wuss when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like, I can't even explain how bad it is for me to go through that. So anyways, I had no choice really to try to overcome my fear, and thankfully I found a really great nurse who kind of helped me with that fear, and has been working with me since December on that. And so we had our appointment January 8th, I think it was, of this year. And at that time, I can remember sitting in the clinic and thinking, you know what? I'm never going to get to the point where I'm going to do any of these invasive procedures, because again, I'm a wuss, self-proclaimed. And I just wasn't certain how far I would take this. So out of that January 8th meeting, they ended up giving me a prescription for 4 rounds of Femera, and I tried that. The first month that I tried it would have been in February, and the week that I found out I wasn't pregnant, when I ultimately got my period, was the same week that my stepdaughter told me that she's pregnant and keeping it. So that was a great week. I literally had a mental breakdown for about a good month and a half. Femera, if any of you guys have been on it, they say that Femera is a better alternative than Clomid, because it's not supposed to make your hormones go so crazy. But for me, it kind of sent me flying, and it was just a really bad month. So here I am kind of contemplating, like, wow, I'm going to be a grandma before I'm going to be a mom. And I'm only 29 years old, so I'll be 30 in like 9 days from now. And so that was a really hard pill to swallow for me, and I was debating on whether or not I even wanted to go forward with things, because, for me, it's not really ideal to have like a Jerry Springer type of life, I guess you could say. And this is just not how I was brought up. Now my husband, obviously, he was very young when she was born. He was 19. He's gonna be 38 here in a couple of months. And so I don't know, I really struggled with that. So anyways, I ended up going through all 4 rounds of Femera, and nothing worked. And the most recent round that I did was in, I guess it was in June or July of this year. And so we could have gone with the IUI route, but because I am really bad with all of those like procedures and stuff, I decided that, you know what, if I'm going to be poked and prodded, we might as well go with the more sure method. And at least at the end of the day, I can say that I gave it my best shot. And either way, it's a means to an end, no matter what ends up happening. So we are going through with IVF, and today is my last day of taking these birth control pills, which I have to say have given me a little bit of a mood swing here these last I don't know, 17 or 18 days or so that I've been on them. And so today is the last day for that. And then we go down to get our baseline and blood work done on Thursday. And then as of Friday, I'll start my injections. And then the following week, I have to go and stay down by where the clinic is, again, 5 hours away from here, because they're going to do ultrasounds every other day or whatever the case may be, and blood work and whatnot. I'm really scared about the blood work, and I know that's ridiculous, but my nurse was doing it on the top of my arm, and I seem to be okay with that. But the last 2 times that I went and got it done, she basically said that I've now developed scar tissue there, and so I'm not going to be able to get it done there anymore. So I really have an issue with the insides of my arms is the thing, and so I'm not sure how that's all going to work. But anyways, so it's been a really trying time, for all of those of you out there who are trying to conceive and have endometriosis. It's a little bit more complicated than having just unknown infertility or unexplained infertility, I guess, because the thing with endometriosis is that the only cure or temporary relief, I can't even say cure because there is no cure for it. The only temporary relief is really birth control pills. And of course, when you're trying to conceive, you can't take birth control pills. So that's been one of the hardest things for me, I think, because I have, my endometriosis is really bad. I mean, I have pain well, I guess it's not as bad as some people, but for me, it can be pretty debilitating at times. I have pain every 2 weeks for about 5 days each time. When I ovulate, I get pain. So, trying to conceive the au natural way, when your side feels like it's going to explode, is not very easy to do. Basically, every optimal time to conceive every single month, I'm in excruciating pain in my side, and I actually cry when I try to have sex because it hurts that bad. My side hurts, and then it doesn't feel good for me, obviously, because I'm dealing with that pain. And then I get really bad PMS. It's just really bad. And when I get my period, so my PMS is the week before, and then when I actually get my period, it is excruciating. Thankfully only for the first day or 2, but it's gotten so bad now that I now don't respond to any kind of medication. So I used to take extra strength Midol, 6 times a day or something like that, 2 pills 3 times a day. And now it's not even working anymore. So I have to take 3 pills each time just to have any kind of relief when I get my period. And I'm totally doped out and I can't function. And, it's really hard because you actually have to schedule your whole life around your endometriosis. So for me, I actually own 3 different businesses, and this whole entire process of going through having the endometriosis and trying to conceive has been pretty difficult because there's a lot that I have to plan for, I guess you could say, just to be away, because I have to be gone for 10 or 11 days. I won't even be able to come home really because it's 5 hours away, and then I'll have to go back again 5 days after they do the egg retrieval. I'm pretty nervous about it, in all honesty. I wanted to do these videos because I felt that, first of all, some of the videos that I've watched on YouTube have so far really helped me become more okay with the whole entire process that I'm still quite unsure about. And I kind of thought that, if I am doing these videos to be brave for all of you guys and I'm sorry, those are my birds in the background. I have a bit of a zoo at my house. So anyways, if I can be brave for all of you guys, you know, potentially watching this who might get help from this video as I've gotten help for other videos, then maybe it would be a win-win situation for you guys and for me as well, because then I can hopefully put on a brave face and get through this. You know, it's quite scary. I'm nervous, and my husband won't be able to be with me the whole time because he has to go back to work. He works 7 days on, 7 days off, so he'll be with me at the beginning when I go down, and then 2 or 3 days later he has to come back to work, and then he'll come back for the egg retrieval, and then he'll be there for the embryo transfer, of course. But so that's a little stressful as well, and you know, I'm just really staying positive and just trying to make it through as best as I can. Any of you that are going through fertility treatments or who are trying to conceive and are being unsuccessful in your efforts, know that it can be incredibly stressful on a relationship as well. But you know, we're trying our best, and I'm trying to keep it together, and I think he's trying to keep it together, and you know, we're gonna get through this and have our baby at the end of the day. So today it's a Sunday, and I decided to take the day off myself when normally I would just work, because I'm a workaholic and that's just how it is. I decided to take the day off and do some healing and something creative and whatnot. So I did up this vision board. I don't know, I think you can probably see that. And basically this is everything that I'm wishing for, everything that I'm thinking is going to happen. I'm really hoping that my embryo transfer date is October 3rd. And so I've written it on here, and that my egg retrieval date is September 28th. If I have a daughter, her name is going to be Lena, which I actually decided before we even started trying to conceive. I saw it in a movie, and then ironically enough, I found out afterwards that it was actually my great-great-grandmother's name. So that's kind of cool. So I put that in here. I'm really thinking I'm gonna have a girl. Although I would be happy, you know, just having a healthy child, girl or boy. But I've put my vision board together that speaks to having a girl. I really think that it's important in this journey to remain positive and actually, you know, use the law of attraction to bring you what it is that you're wishing for, that you want in your life, and act as if it's already happening. So I've used the law of attraction many times in my life to get many different things in my life, my houses, my businesses that I own, my wedding ring, a whole bunch of different things. So, you know, I'm using the law of attraction in this case too, and I'm just like, as far as I'm concerned, this is a sure thing. We're only gonna go through this one time. I'm gonna suck it up, and I'm gonna go through this experience that is going to make me stronger as a person and face my fears, because, you know, fear is face everything and rise. And so I'm feeling super positive about that. And, you know, by documenting everything too, I think it's actually going to help me get through the process too, because it'll make sure, like I said, that I'm being brave for all of you folks out there who are watching. So anybody who is in this journey with me, or at the same time as me rather, I wish you all the best of luck. Please wish the same for me, and you know that you're not alone. And as much as you can feel like you're alone, I feel like technology and social media and whatnot is really beneficial in this day and age for this purpose. I'm not overly vocal about the fact that we're going through this procedure. I'm posting this on a YouTube account that has no affiliation with my actual identity. I've also created an Instagram page, which is soon to be mama. And yes, someday, Mama, I did kind of follow your direction in that regard. But, you know, I just found you to be so inspiring that, you know, I wanted to follow in your footsteps. So soon, to the number 2, the letter B, and Mama, same as the YouTube account. And so I'm documenting photos and whatnot on there. And I've already ordered some baby books and a pregnancy journal because I want to make sure that, you know what, every second of this experience, I want to hold on to it, because I know that because I'm being taken out of my comfort zone, that it's inevitable that I'm going to grow from the experience. So anyways, folks, I'll leave you with that for now. I guess the next update will be on Thursday when we do our baseline, which I'm still pretty nervous about, but it's going to be awesome. Thanks, everybody. I hope you're enjoying your Sunday, and we'll chat with you soon.